All right, let's talk about this Hong Kong star, Ying Rising. We're going to have a look back at a couple of his replays, probably just the Group 1s, where he won the Queen's Silver back in February, and his most recent win was in April in the Chairman's. Look, he's looked outstanding, hasn't he? I think the big question mark is what is he beating?
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to line up because he's beating horses that are trained in Hong Kong like himself. He hasn't really beaten any world-class horses except for his performance in the Hong Kong Sprint last year, where if you bring up the field there, he beat a couple of overseas gallopers. But in terms of the majority of his competition have come from Hong Kong. So Helios Express is his number one rival who I think would be competitive here in Group 1 sprints. I can't see any reason looking at his punting form numbers, his data there, looking at some of the ratings that are posted from, around X and all those type of things. Helios Express would come here and I think he'd be competitive at Group 1 level. I don't think he would be at the level of Jimmy Star, at the level of Private Harry, at the level of Briasa at their top in the autumn, even Jolly Star. I think he'd be a peg below that. That's not exactly backed up by data, but that's a bit more feel. But he's a quality horse. In terms of the Everest being Ying Rising's biggest test, I think that's fair to say because he's got to come away from home. So that has to be his biggest test. But then in terms of field quality, he hasn't met a field with the strength that the Everest is going to face. I don't think that's the reason why you'd be against him or thinking that he won't measure up.